Hello, welcome to the 20th episode of the 9th series of the Temple of Surf, the podcast. Today with us from Brazil, three-time world champion of longboard, Phil Rajzman. We discuss with him about surf, surfboards, longboard, surfers, and much more. Hello, Phil. Welcome to the show. Where are you today?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here. I'm in Búzios, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil now.
Fantastic. I love Brazil, even if I never been in my life, but every friend that went there came back like, wow. It's the people, the music, the energy, the surf. It's fantastic. So,
Yeah, we love to receive people from all over the world in our country. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will love to come visit us here.
with great pleasure one day. So today we're gonna talk about many things. Of course, surf, longboarding. But the first question that I have for you is, in your opinion, what is the most important thing in surfing?
Well, for me, the most important thing in surfing is the connection with the nature and the peace, of course, that it brings to my mind. Surfing was certainly the path that brought balance into my mind, especially dealing with my dyslexia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what surf
Yeah,
brings to me, the peace, the balance.
yeah, that's great. And wow, but surf is a very therapeutic. It has been demonstrated a lot of time that it helps. It helps the stress, of course. It helps people that. The first time that I heard dyslexia, but all good to know. There is a huge foundation called Surf for Autism, for instance, that helps kids that have autism. So definitely the sea, the water helps us in our body. It calms us down, unless sometimes people fight on the lineup. So we don't know.
At least we have cameras nowadays, and that's coming very often anymore.
There is camera everywhere, so it's like people need to behave. It's not like the Point Break movie, in the scene of the local with Anthony Kiedis of Red Hot Chili Pepper that tried to punch the other guy. It's okay. Listen,
Yeah, there's a lot of rules in surfing, but surf is growing so fast, and people just grab a surfboard and go to the water with no knowledge about it. And people that knows about surf sometimes doesn't have the time to explain, and so I don't think it's the right way. Like fighting for sure, definitely it's not the right way, but we should find a way to teach people how to surf in the right way and go in the water, respecting the locals, respecting the rules in the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's not an easy thing to do, huh?
It's not easy because today there are so many people that go into the water. So also respecting the rules start to become a kind of difficult.
Exactly.
And respecting the locals, I think the locals, they have their way to be respected. So still, but what to do? The waves are getting smaller and smaller. I mean, bigger, but small in terms of number, and the number of people is getting bigger and bigger. So it's not a good equation, at least for us surfers. I would like to go straight. I ask many questions, but like when I have a world champion, I always ask, what is like winning a world title, and in the specific, I wanted to ask you, what was the hardest or the biggest achievement among the one that you won?
Okay, yeah, this is a good question and probably a polemic answer.
We see.
Yeah, my hardest title was definitely the first one by WSL in 2007. Before, I already had won a stage of the World Tour in 2003 in Brazil. and the Oxbow Saw and Style World Championship in Puerto Escondido in 2004. But at the time, I faced a lot of prejudice from Joe Tudor, who complained a lot when he lost to me, saying that Brazil didn't have surf culture and therefore shouldn't have such a young champion, blah, 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 blah. However, in 2007, I became the first Brazilian to win a world title in the WSL top division, and I secured my second world title in 2016. So yeah, today I find it very difficult to Joel to repeat the criticisms of my country, right?
Yeah.
Especially after he got the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, an art developed by the Gracie family in my hometown, Rio de Janeiro, and facing all the Brazilian storm happening now in WCT. And yeah, I love surfing. I follow the Polynesian surfing culture. Like the best surfer is the one that have most fun in the water, and I think that's the main thing for me when I'm surfing.
Yeah. My God, yes, 2007, fast forward to now, yes, it's like a Brazilian army everywhere. You guys, like so strong in every discipline, it's crazy, fantastic. And
Yeah, we have a big country and a lot of beach breaks all over our littoral, our Atlantic Ocean, right?
yeah,
So the waves are not the best, but I think maybe that makes us better because we surf any kind of conditions. Anything makes us happy.
yeah,
So yeah, I think that's the thing. Like it's not nothing. It's easy in Brazil. You have to be like very good on what you choose in your life to do to survive as a professional in something. And I think maybe that's the main thing why we have a lot of very good Brazilians in like all kind of sports and professions. Like we have to go and be the best to survive doing what we love to do. And yeah, I love being Brazilian.
definitely. Well, it applies to a little bit of everything, as you said, not only to surf, also to the sport. Me as Italian, if we talk about Italian football, Brazil was, now we are not that good, but the good old times, Brazil and Argentina, they were the two countries to beat, right? And
Yeah,
it was always the three countries, and I agree with you. Like,
I love Italy. I've been in Italy when I had 6 years old. My dad was a very good volleyball player. He's a silver medalist of Olympic Games 1984. And when I had 6 years old, he used to play for Panini team. So yeah, I live in Modena, Mantova. So I love Italy. I love to ski and snowboarding. It's an amazing place. Never surfed in Italy, unfortunately, but I want to do it one day.
it's nice, for there was back in the days, there was the ASP longboard tour.
Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't go in that time. The contest didn't happen, right?
it didn't happen. No, it happened. No, I think it happened. I think it was Bo Young over.
Oh yeah, I think there was a hurricane or something. Something different happened during the event. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, but I was not there that year.
No, okay. When I interviewed Bo Young, he told me Alessandro surfing in Italy is good, but the pasta right after the surf, I love the pasta. Oh my god, the food.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, I love Bo Young. Bo Young is an amazing person.
But those were the good old days. I mean, today is different. Yeah, well, it's okay. So then your father was playing for Cari Parma. Was playing volley at that time. Italy was very strong in volleyball, by the way.
Yeah, Italy used to have the team Panini. Is the one that win the most titles in Italy. In Modena.
In Modena, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because there was one in Parma that is so close. It was called Maxicono Parma or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, those I remember those years. Those years were like amazing. Everybody was looking at volleyball. Even today, they do in Italy. Anyway, we talk about surf.
Let's go back to
Let's
surf.
go back. Yeah, talking about surfboards, what was your first surfboard, like proper surfboard? And perhaps, do you still have it?
So my first board was a bodyboard. I received at the age of 3 from a great Brazilian champ, Glenda Kozlovic. She's a world bodyboard champion. Then I started surfing, studying at the age of 4 with a board that my father gave me. Unfortunately, I no longer have those boards, but yeah, I can remember as today. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, so we are a beach city. Every day, pretty much, people before go work, before go school, go to the beach. Have a The water is warm, it's clear, it's beautiful. So it's we have a lot of ocean culture here in Rio de Janeiro. So yeah, that helped me a lot. And my dad and my mom both was athletes, so surfing was always something that helped me, as I said before, with dyslexia, to find a balance to myself and then go to the school and study.
Yeah.
My mom realized, like, after surfing, my my studying, like, things in life was much easier than when I did something wrong. She said, "You cannot surf," and then she realized, like, that's not good. Like, I became, after not surfing, very, like, I couldn't understand things, easy things in life. So yeah, for me, it's like definitely like a therapy.
Okay, those were the two surfboards at the really beginning, let's say. But maybe there was one board that you really wanted, that maybe you saved money for it, or maybe it was given to you, I don't know, at Christmas or whatnot. What was that? You remember that, or time has passed and time has gone, or and that's it?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a Brazilian legend. His name is Rico de Souza.
Yes.
He's competing the
Oh,
World Tour too. Yeah, he's a legend. He's my master here in Brazil. So after I have this first shortboard with 4 years old, I start surfing pretty much every day in front of my house. And when I had 6 years old, he opened a surf school here, and I started going to his surf school. And there I had the opportunity to use different kind of boards, like shortboard, longboard, like fun board, all kind of ways to surf. Sometimes the wave was small, I like to use longboard. Sometimes the wave was big, and I like to go in a shortboard. But it's when the longboard start, like, attracting me a lot, because we in that time we didn't have a lot of longboarders surfing here in Brazil. Like, people used to say, like, this is kind of sports for old people, and I was only 7, 8 years old, very young, and I thought, like, I don't feel like that. I wanna, you know hang ten. I want to make airs in a longboard, do things that people doesn't think it's possible. And then using the surf school surfboard, Rico looked at me and said, "Okay, now is the time to have your own longboard." And he gave me his longboard after competing in the international event, and that was my, like, magic longboard. It's when I start, like, having fun in longboard, not just in the surf school, like every day in the morning. Like, if the waves was not too big for me in longboard, I was grabbing longboard and going have fun in the ocean. Fortunately, I don't have this board, but yeah, I remember as today.
it's good. It's important also to remember the stories behind the boards, and then the boards, they come and go. It's impossible to keep them all.
Yeah, it is.
You should. And yeah, so I agree with you, like, but it's also on in the sport today, obviously, a huge visibility is given by the WSL to the shortboard tour and whatnot. But the longboard is like loved by everyone, and unfortunately it doesn't get so much visibility. I mean, unless like the same of shortboard, of course. Maybe is not that acrobatic or evolution like the
It
shortboard.
is. It is.
It can be. And I was looking at Italian surf film made by Onde Nostre that tells the stories of these Italian surfers, men and women. And there was one surfer, one woman surfer that said, like, for me, like longboard is the most elegant sport ever. The way you step, the way you have the style, the portraying the style is just fantastic. So I totally agree with you. There should be more longboard in TV, in the media, everywhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's growing a lot. In Brazil, we have a channel called Channel Off Channel, and we have pretty much every day different. I have a TV show there called 9 Feet, so it's all about longboard. So we try to spread the longboard culture in the
Good.
country and whole world.
Yes, that's a fantastic thing. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no that channel here. Otherwise, I would be subscribing forever. My wife will be upset with me after a while, I think. What were the best wave of your life?
Uh, I had a lot of really good ways in my life. I traveled like for 32 different countries in the world surfing. But I think the best wave in my life was the Pororoca in the Amazon here in Brazil. The wave traveled like kilometers up to the river and reminded like perfectly breaking until my legs couldn't handle it anymore. Like so good, so long. And it's a different thing because usually you surf in the ocean and there you surf in the river. You see like big trees coming down by the side of the river, and it's something very unusual. So probably Pororoca is the wave that I think is the best in my life for sure. Not probably, sure.
Sure, yeah, yeah, but definitely it's very unusual, and not a lot of people get the opportunity to surf that way. Was it crowded? No, I guess.
No, to surf there, you need jet ski. You need a lot of support around. So usually people start doing more professional now. But at that time was long time ago. Like with some friends, we went there just have fun. It's when the lowest tide of the river hits the highest tide of the ocean in the full moon.
Oh.
So it's like the ocean coming in the river. So it's a lot of power, and the wave go all over for kilometers, miles and miles.
Wow, fantastic. Great. I want to surf it as well.
It is in the Guinness Book of the record. It's in Brazil, Pororoca. So I think it's more than half hour surfing. I'm not sure now exactly, but yeah, the wave is amazing.
So you're talking about like people to go with and in surf trip. So this is a question that I ask quite a lot on the show because I like to hear the adventures behind just surfing. So you met a lot of surfers, and was there a meeting? Some of them were famous, some of them were not famous, but was there a meeting that was particularly meaningful for you?
So the surfer who inspired me to become a professional longboarder was Rusty Kialana. So Rusty is son of Buffalo Kialana, like legendary. Yeah. So yeah, I admire his versatility and open-mindedness, which are characteristics of the authentic longboard tradition. The current rules of the WSL World Tour have been altered to market and promote the California surf culture of the 60s and 70s. But that's a topic for another conversation.
Yes, I see. I see on the Californian with from starting from Joe Tudor to this, but wow, Buffalo.
All about money, all about money. My surf is about like have fun and nature, friends, family. Like I like much more the roots of surfing, like Polynesian culture, Hawaiian culture. Yeah.
Uh, and if I well remember, the family of Buffalo is organizing a very special longboard, what do you call it, contest, right, in Hawaii.
Yeah, I think it's more than 48 years, something like that, maybe more. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, the Buffaloes invitational event happens every year in February in Makaha. Yeah, it's an amazing event every year. I surf there with all that legends, all the uncles. Like learn so much with them, like with Hawaiian canoe, vibe, right? Like the longboard, the pipo, like the board with like wood, made by wood. It's amazing to watch all that culture happening, like the new generation, like keeping that culture and passing for the you know for the future. I think it's amazing. I love to be part of all that amazing thing that happens in Hawaii. Like it's where the surf, like how we know nowadays, born, right? So
Exactly.
we have a lot of histories about surfing, like people from Peru, like 5,000 years ago, that used to go with Cabalito de Totora to fish and come back surfing the waves. But the surf, the way we know nowadays, definitely Hawaii is the thing, is the place that I love to go and learn a lot with the Hawaiians.
But in fact, there is obviously the Hawaiian part of the story. There is the Peruvian part of the story, and one Italian guy went in China and thought that discovered, let's say, that no, it was from China. So there is an appropriation. We have to decide, which one we want to believe in it. But
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think it's the indigenous start the surfing, right? Yeah, but I think Duke Hanamuku was the person that shows the surfing how we know nowadays to the world. Like as an amazing Olympic athlete, like gold medalist, silver medalist, so many medals, and traveling all over the world, bringing his like wood, like big longboard, heavy longboard, and showing the world like how he used to train in Waikiki. The Beach Boys. Like I think it's amazing. The history is amazing. And if you go to Hawaii, you can see the vibe, like you can feel it. Waikiki is amazing. You can surf if you are a professional surfer, or if you never surf in your entire life, you go there, you for sure gonna have fun. So I think it's a very, I know, welcome place to go and understand and know about the surfing culture. Yeah, that's why I stay 6 months of the year in Brazil and the other 6 months of the year in Hawaii.
bad, not bad, not bad. The Italian guy that wrote the book is Nick Zanella, that is also a friend. So I don't want that he will listen to this and he told me, "Why you call me Italian guy?" No, it's Nick Zanella. And yes, so we will see about the story of Chinese surfers.
I hear this story before too. Yeah, very good.
Actually very, very nice. And also, I was thinking about something that is very interesting is the fact that there is the Buffalo contest invitational. There is other like invitational, like the most famous one. It comes to my mind. Hawaiian is the Eddie Aikau invitational, and is very nice. That
Yeah.
important that
Big waves. Yeah.
yeah, big way. And others, there is also the Mexican one.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's very important that outside the tour, there are these events that they gather massive attention and they are pure, no advertising. Oh, well, maybe there is, but no advertising.
Well, maybe surf will like survive forever. Like there's no way to change the. I think Olympic Games will bring back the traditional longboard back, like the roots of. When I say traditional, it's like for me traditional. It's who tell what is traditional is who create the sport, right? So WSL is saying the actual rule is traditional, but it's traditional for California, not from the hoods. Hawaiians like surf, hang ten, and give airs, small waves, big waves. Before I have shortboard, people surf pipeline, backdoor of the wall, like Waimea, sun, everything with a longboard. So why we should now they think like longboard is just for small wave, single fin, 50-50 rail, which it's amazing. I love to use all these kind of boards and surf small waves too. But longboard is much more than that. Like for me, the best surfer in the world should surf in any kind of surfboards, any kind of surf condition. Like the rules used to be there before, like from the creators of ASP, from the creator of surfing contests, right? So WSL came with California in mind, and let's change, and a big company putting money behind because for them it's good for the marketing 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s California, and selling shoes and selling things. And but for the sport, like I have in my mind that the Olympic will have an open mind for the traditional longboard, like for all kind of surfers, all kind of waves, all kind of like you know boards, because longboard has to be 9 feet or bigger, right? And the size and measures, like if you have that, it is a longboard. So we shouldn't, right, have a problem with that. Like of course a type of shape will work better in a bigger way than, and the other type of board is gonna work better in a smaller way. In my hometown, like Barra da Tijuca, the waves are very big and close out a lot. So I had to learn how to surf in a longboard in the tough conditions. So I can surf in a small wave and I can surf in a big wave. Why other competitors wouldn't do that? Like, and they do. Like the best in the world does that.
Yeah.
But when WSL changed the rule, they didn't ask the competitors. Like all the competitors that used to compete in that time, when they start changing, was not agreeing with that. So they put their own rules, and they took athletes out, like they did with me. They didn't send me the letter that I needed to enter in the USA right after the pandemic. Even after sending a lot of emails and a message, everything, I had to have the letter. And because surfing now is Olympic sport, I went through the Brazilian Olympic Committee, asking them help for the letter that I need to represent Brazil in the WSL event 2021. And American Olympic Committee sent me the letter. That's how I went to California. I could compete the second event because I lost the first event. And of course, I lost the world title. And they gave to Joe Tudor with vans behind sponsoring everything and blah, 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 all that shit. So nowadays I'm feeling very like, when you feel light as flying. I'm not on the tour anymore. I can just tell what I lived in the tour many times, like the unfair things we've been seeing, not just to myself, but we've been seeing for happening with a lot of surfers on the tour. And thanks God, as you said, we have a lot of different event festivals happening, like keeping the roots of surfing. And yeah, longboard surf will never die for sure.
No, for sure. And if we think about images, one of the most iconic images of surfing is Waimea Bay, Greg Knoll, surfing the biggest wave ever at that time. I think was 1967, or I don't know. And it was, as you said, it was not really surfing a shortboard, and I guess that longboard was also very heavy, difficult to maneuver. So like respect for the beginners. I mean beginners, for the one that the founders, the founding fathers of the surfing. And but now you were talking about Olympics, of course. Like France 2024 is in July, so in few months. Brazil has a fantastic team for the shortboard, but there is no yet longboard in the Olympics, right? It's just
It's not, but the next 2028 will be in California. So yeah, like let's see. As swim, we have different categories of swimming, like as athleticism too. So surfing, we have different divisions, right? So
has to
probably,
must be.
yeah, must be in 2028. It's a possibility to have a longboard and the other surfing division on Olympic Games too. So that's why I'm praying for.
Wow, 2028, Huntington Beach is gonna be massive. It's like, I don't know. It's like to play the World Cup final in Brazil.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's like everybody will be there. No matter what. 2028 is gonna be fantastic, fantastic. So we said about the best wave. What was the worst wave or the worst wipeout that you ever had in your life?
Oh, many, many. I remember one when I had like 16 years old in Sunset. It was huge. Like I had two waves under the water. But I think the worst one was at Jaws 2019. I had surfed many waves there and attempted to get barreled without success. On that particular wave, I was extremely deep, but still wanted to experience the sensation of being, enfolded by a massive wall of water like a giant cavern. I ended up being like jagged underwater for a long time, but it was worth it. Uh,
Okay.
I like it.
I like the philosophy that no matter what, it was worth, so it's so cool.
Yeah, yeah, I like to be in the water. For me, I feel at home. So yeah, I was prepared, of course. Like when you surf big waves, you have to like be ready for that. Ocean, you can't play with the ocean. So yeah, many times in my life, I saw some conditions that I felt not very comfortable, and I decided to not go. But when I feel confident, when I know I'm 100%, sometimes the waves are not very good, but I can find the good one.
I'm sure, sure. It's just a matter of being patient, and knowing where to stand, where to look, and as well, sometimes a little bit of luck doesn't. It's not bad to have, So definitely. Okay, fine. So many other questions, but time is limited, so we're gonna go straight to the final Q&A session. So please answer the first thing that comes up to your mind. Okay.
Okay.
What was the best surfboard that you ever rode?
Was my Hobie PSD 90 surf tech that I won the world title 2007 in France. Yeah, that was. I still have this board.
That was my question. Yes, I'm happy that you liked. Plus, who shaped that board? It was 2007. Obi was still alive, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like Hobie, it was alive, but a lot of shapers, right? So Mark was the shaper of that board.
Okay, okay, nice. Of course, legendary. everything. Legendary boards, legendary event. And he was in Osegor. Where in France he was?
That
2006.
was Biarritz in France. Yeah, Le Cavalier in Le Cavalier. Yeah.
Who is your favorite shaper of all time?
The one that most teach me about my equipment is Terry Martin, like also from Hobby Surfboards, like one of the first shapers. And yeah, unfortunately he's not alive, but his son still like shaping amazing surfboards. Yeah.
Fantastic. Personal question. Your favorite song or kind of music?
So I like to hear all kind of music, but my favorite singer is Deva Premal. I like mantras, so it's like surfing. It's what brings me to balance. Yeah, Deva Premal is amazing.
That's cool. Favorite surf spot, if it's not a secret?
Yeah, it's not. It's maybe something that you not expect. It is off the wall on North Shore of Hawaii. Yeah, big wave, barrel wave, and I love to surf there in my longboard. Like I born and raised in Barra da Tijuca, Rio de Janeiro. It's a big wave, close out a lot. Very shallow and barrel wave. But after all, when it's good, like I had amazing waves there, like many times, and for sure is the wave that I most have fun. After surfing good day, and after all, I could like stay maybe a week in a feeling out of my I don't know how to say it, out of my body, other state of mind.
My God, yeah, I like that. Yes, out of my body. I don't know if it exists, but I think makes it gives the idea to the people. Cool. Favorite surfer of all time for you?
For me, Lord Hamilton is the one. Like when I remember when I was a kid watching him in Jaws, like surfing huge waves, and yeah, he definitely put in my mind the dream to start surfing big waves and go to Hawaii. Yeah, and the longboard, of course. Rusty Kielana, as I said before.
But of course, that is never going. I mean, he's never getting old. His body is like more in shape than maybe at 20 years old. Fantastic.
Mm.
All the training that he does and fantastic. Yeah, of course, big wave surfer and pioneer in the with
Yeah, like stand up, foil board, kite surfing, like towing, like
Fins.
the
with what is
waterman. Like I feel like a waterman, like Hawaiians. Like I want to be in the water. It doesn't matter what kind of equipment I'm using and
Okay.
how the
as long as
it inspired me a lot of that. Yeah.
definitely. Last question is a little bit unusual. I like to know your best relationship advice. That relationship can be romantic, friend, relationship with the ocean. No matter how you want to answer it, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think the best advice is being calm during difficult moments. Yeah, I had big waves and being calm helped me a lot. I have my wife for 13 years and my two daughters have Coral with 4 years old and Rafaela with 17 years old. We always have tough problems in life. It's part of life, but being calm to have proactive attitude and not reactive attitude is the key.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. So, how do they say in Brazilian, obrigado, right?
Obrigado. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Phil, for being on the show with me today. And I look forward to talk to you very, very soon.
Gracias. My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Obrigado. Ciao. Thank you so much. Hi, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. If you want to know more about us, please follow www.thetempleofsurf.com and all our social media. Mahalo!